Oh, there we go. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year. You guys know we had to bring it in all topsy-turvy. Welcome to the Closed Traffic Podcast. We're on episode 22, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Of
right.
course, as always, guys, I got my main man here, the man, the myth, the legend himself. The man who is almost up on his nighttime currency, so he really needs to send it before the week's out. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mike Salmon. Mike, say hello to the people, man.
What is up, people? Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. Here's to a better and more 2022 that we can handle.
For real.
Because it's kind of been an insane last couple of years, but the future is bright. The future is optimistic. Especially for flight sim, which we'll get into in a couple of minutes here. But my goodness, man, how you been, bro? How was your holiday season?
Man, it was warm. It was warm.
Yeah. So y'all took all the heat from SoCal.
Man, we got all the heat, bro. All that, man. I don't know where we got it all, bro. It was Christmas, man, in the 80s. No joke.
See, that's supposed to be our weather.
Yeah, man. It's like what happened? And then I'm talking to you. And it wasn't it like 40s over there?
Bro, 40s, 50s. I think the high we got up to was like 59, 60. It was freezing, man.
Man, I didn't want to hear that.
It was freezing. It was freezing for SoCal.
I didn't want to hear that, man. So here's the irony in all that. This whole week, we're starting out in the 20s. And the 20s.
No way.
The 20s. Yesterday we had a high of like 40, 50. So, like we're covering up our water faucets and all that fun stuff, man. Because we're not set up like that. But man, everybody's diving in. So, guys, this is going to be recorded as well as a live stream. So, Drew, what's going on, brother? Got my man Charlie in the house. Julia, hello. Hope all is well.
Hello,
look,
Julia,
my man Rookie. Always a pleasure, guys. Y'all, I mean, again, other than that, I mean, not a whole lot going on. Holidays was pretty, pretty typical. So it wasn't too crazy. I know my man Mike over here had a legitimate National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So like
you called it National Lampoon. Oh man, what Johnny means by that, man, yeah, we had a good couple of the family members in for about 2 weeks. It was nice, man. We haven't seen each other for 2 years. Some cases it was more than 2 years, so it was nice to have everyone in. Even got to take some of them flying, so it was cool. It was fun. It was a good time, but yeah, it did feel like National Lampoons.
Hey man, as long as you didn't have Uncle Eddie there, man, you're good. You're good.
Oh man, Drew, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Welcome all, man. Who we got? Charlie, you said that. Julia, hello, Julia. Rookie in the house. Man, pleasure to see you all. We are starting off 2022 here with a bang, and with a bang, I think essentially what we're talking about is flight sim is starting off with a bang with really two insane releases to start off the year here in 2022. You've got, obviously, if you read the description, we're going to talk a little bit today about the Threshold LevelUp 737 series, which unfortunately I haven't had a chance to fly yet. So we're just going to be talking about what we've seen so far and what we've read. And then obviously I think our favorite, hands down, the Bombardier. Is this still Bombardier?
How's that pronounced, man? Is it Bombardier or is it Bombardier?
Oh, see, you went fancy on me. I think you're right. I always call it, you know why I call it that? Because back in the old days with ATC and FSX,
man, blaming on FSX,
that's how they pronounced it. Bombardier. Yes,
because it was a Microsoft speech.
Like Microsoft 2004, bro. Bombardier 650.
So guys, please let us know in the comments if which one's correct, because I mean I could be butchering it. Who knows? So Who knows?
The Challenger 650 by Hot Start is what we're going to talk about mostly today.
My goodness.
But let's definitely start with Threshold, man. So Threshold, I think, gosh, it's been in the work what, a couple of years now, 2 years
Didn't
at
it start
least.
out as like the what was it, the 737-900 Ultimate? Then that
And
got
then the seven,
canned for some reason. Then they rolled
yeah.
into something else.
The Dash 900U and the Dash 700U. I think
Okay.
about 2 years ago they announced that they were going to just make an entire series of 737 NG series, all the way from your 600s to your 900 ER. And again, you all in the chat that know probably a little bit more about it, because I don't think Johnny has had a chance to fly it yet. Definitely
Unfortunately.
feel free to jump in and correct us. That's what the community is for. But yes, man, it's number one. It looks phenomenal. I think we can start by saying the modeling, the texture work, I think is what stands out the most, both interior wise as well as exterior, as it relates to the 737 NG series by LevelUp. I think one of the other things that they've done as well, from a feature standpoint, is obviously the install package. I think it's a lot smaller for the entire really package versus what was there for the Dash 700 as well as the Dash 900. Performance wise, I don't know what that is like. I haven't heard anyone kind of hit on the performance yet. Again, I haven't been able to really catch up on the streams. Haven't been able to really. We're just
Bombard
gonna
the
go
air.
ahead
Sorry, y'all, I'm chasing
and
squirrels in the chat.
yeah, and I've gotta block someone in there. We haven't really been able to watch some of the folks that have been streaming it, but I think hands down, man. Number one, the obviously exterior as well as interior. The entire PBR just looks essentially rejuvenated, as it relates to just the 737 series and what we're used to currently in X-Plane. But it is still powered by Zebo Mod, if I'm not mistaken.
So my question is, riddle me this, Batman. So of course we can see like the exterior differences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any differences in the flight modeling? So if I jump over to the 737-700 and then mosey on over to the 900 ER, I mean, are there differences? Of course, coming from my PNDG days, there's some inherent characteristics that came with the 900 versus like the 8 or the 7, right? So
yeah.
I wonder if that translated over, you know what I'm saying, as far
I,
as
I don't know if, and again, folks in the chat that have flown it already or have seen folks fly it, keep us honest, but I don't know that the actual, gosh, I'm forgetting my terminology here, but flight dynamics or flight characteristics has been altered or changed, versus either what's in the Zebo today or how the 737U or 739U has flown. I think the primary differences have really been focused around the overall texture work, both inside and outside. Actually, no, I stand corrected. They do have a note here about redeveloped flight model. So possibly.
Oh,
Again,
okay,
I
okay.
haven't flown
I
it
gotta
yet.
check it out. I downloaded
Yeah.
it. I just have not had the opportunity
Yeah.
to fly
Same.
it.
Same.
Yeah.
It was in there. I think I loaded what I did notice on load up, and again, all I did was load it up. My FPS was a little bit lower than the typical Zebo. So I did have some performance degradation just on load up, which could be attributed to the redeveloped, exterior PBR and all that stuff. Honestly,
Right.
folks, I think my 1080 Ti is on the way out. I need to upgrade my graphics card.
Hey
So
guys,
that could
rip.
be it as well. Honestly, like
Rip.
2 years ago, I was able to run X-Plane with the same settings, the same add-ons at so much higher FPS than what I'm able to today. Even with FS 2020 when it first came out, I had almost everything on Ultra. I can't run anything on Ultra anymore in FS 2020. So either folks are throwing out, updates, which in FS 2020 case, the thing updates like every month, but X-Plane not so much, which leads me to believe that My graphics card is it's on its the back 9.
I think it's a
will, so.
combination, man. I ain't lying because when I had my 1080, it was the same thing. Like it's a lot of notice a lot of the I rarely ever once I get my settings dialed in, I never touch them. And
Yeah,
like slowly but surely, I noticed my frame started to kind
been
of
dropping. Yeah,
started to
performance
slip.
has been yeah.
And I mean
I
I
think our
went
10 series cards are on the way out, man.
yeah, well, you're a Terry series card.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Mr. Fancy Johnny here
No,
updated,
whatever. Yeah,
upgraded
I
a
mean,
couple of
not to
months
what I
ago.
want it, but I mean,
It
she'll
was still
do for right
something.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah, she'll
yeah.
do for right now. But I was actually pretty impressed. 2020 Amada settings, man.
Mm-hmm.
She holds her own. So it's a
Yeah,
little
I mean it's not bad.
3060. Yeah, it's not
Right.
bad at all. I saw they release pictures of the 3090. So I mean, I don't know who.
First of all, even if you can get your hands on that thing, what's it gonna be, like $3,000?
A liver. That's what it's gonna cost you. A liver.
Oh man, I think one of we digress. Sorry about the graphics card, but hey, that's the Close Traffic podcast for you. Bombasa, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Digressing back to the Level Up 737 series, and and we've talked about this before. Everybody always be like, Mike, really? It's a flight sim, man. We're supposed to fly the planes, not be inside the cabin. But I don't care. I love the cabin. I love exploring the cabin in all flight sim add-ons and across all flight sim platforms. And we're going to talk about, again, that's one of my favorite things about that 650 that's coming out. We'll get there. But one of the things the Level Up folks did with the 737 series is redesign the cabin. The cabin looks phenomenal. It's got like first class seating now, tiered seating, whether it's first class or whatever the configurations are, depending on the airline. That is there as well. I don't know if it's up to the livery maker to include that capability in their liveries, but the functionality there or the option is at least there. So I thought that was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, hopefully this weekend I'll get. Well, no, dang, can't see that. Can't see that. But it's really encouraging to see that. I mean, Lord knows I love the 738, but my gosh, there's so much more in that line than just the 738. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see the 737-700 and the 900 as well. I mean, I know like the majority of my business travel was on a 700.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's nice to see the workhorse, and I looked at some of those Southwest liveries, man. They look sweet,
fire. That's what, and again, I think it's attributed to the redeveloped PBR. Those freaking liveries look insane. They look really, really nice. So
they do.
I'm in a dilemma, man. Like this weekend will probably be the first time I'm able to really try out these add-ons, and I think, unfortunately, most of my time is going to be spent in that 650. But we'll eventually
don't jinx it. Don't jinx it, Mike. Don't jinx it.
That's true, man. Because it's still not. It's still not officially out yet, man.
Because I'm telling you, man, I've been in the game long enough. There's been
to
a
know
couple
that
releases.
There's been hiccups.
Yeah, man. You'd be like, oh yeah, this is gonna release. You don't sleep. Folks is taking off of work. And it's like the day of, man, and like crickets is like, oh, what happened? It's server issues or what have you. So. Man, fingers and toes crossed, ladies and gentlemen.
Fingers, toes, all of that, man.
Man, all that.
Man,
yeah, man. I'm yeah, man. We gotta get this out of the way, man. We gotta talk about this, bro. I've been hankering to talk about this. Thing's been on my radar.
I know for the
past 3 years. I've followed this thing since they've mentioned it. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing the Challenger. So. Y'all know me. I'm all about the biz jets, and at one point they were looking at doing a citation. I'm not sure what happened in that one, but I mean it's really encouraging. And then what's so nice about it, and not knocking on 2020 at all, but it's nice to see that this is coming to X-Plane, because I don't know if it was you, Mike, or how we got in that conversation about, which then we're going to dive into this too. With the age of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 in comparison to X-Plane, that platform's so much more mature. So in my mind, with what they've done able to accomplish with the 650, it only makes sense for it to happen in
Oh yeah.
happen in the X plane. So again, guys, I mean, is that can we just count that as a segue into the 650 mic, or we're gonna get
We
some of
can.
the
Let me
okay,
get back
cool.
to the chat real quick. See
Okay,
who we got. We've got some new
catch up
folks
to the
that joined
chat.
us.
Yeah, my
Josie,
man
what is
Gio, what's
going
going
on?
on?
Geo in the house, of course. Geo can tell us all about the Level Up 737. I know he sent that thing a few times already, probably. Bakazato, hello, good to see you. Oh, the one and only Hollywood in the house. What is going on? He could tell us
Hollywood.
about that 650. I think Hollywood did
Yes,
fight a 650 in real world for a little bit as well. Who we got? Hollywood is Yellow Bus, by the way, guys, in the chat. I think that was it. Greetings, all. Welcome. Happy New Year. If you weren't here with us in the beginning, wishing you all a
absolutely.
prosperous and much better 2 years this year than it has been the last 2 years. We're talking about the Level Up 737 series that was just released, as well as the imminent release of the 650. I'm gonna knock on wood because Johnny keeps
Yeah,
rolling
there you
his
go,
eyes
man.
every
I
time
can
I
tell
say
you,
I'll knock
man.
on wood.
Tell you.
650 by the folks over at Hotstar. So yeah, let's segue into that, man. You want to tee it up before we even start showing footage on this thing, or how you want to do it?
Man, so yeah, I mean we can go ahead and I can go ahead and tee it off. So in case you guys have been wondering, well, I'm pretty sure it's all over the interwebs by now, but it's a company called Hotstar, right? So these guys, they're also responsible for the TBM 900, which you guys, most of y'all know is my favorite. Right?
Check Ride Stalker.
The airplane is near and dear to my heart. But even with the TBM, it was probably one of the most realistic PT6 simulations I've seen to date,
Hands
and
down.
hands down. And even though I didn't really care for Mike too much, um, you know, I had to definitely got to give them credit where credit's due. And everyone was like, "Well, wow, they blew the doors off of this TBM. What's next? What's next?" And of course, they released little teasers that they're working on Business Jet, and which I think I don't think the Challengers have been touched in Sim, so it's really really refreshing to see that the aircraft is finally starting to see some daylight, and in the industry. And I'm trying to think. There's another one as well, guys. So keep your eyes out. Aerobask, I think, is about to
yeah, that's right.
show up with something as well. I think the Assault Falcon. I think
The
they're
Salt
working
Falcon
on.
it was,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they've been pretty quiet. And normally, when folks start getting pretty quiet, I mean,
They drop fire, dude.
yeah. So just get ready, y'all. Just get ready. But yeah, so really, really excited for this one. And one of the things I thought was really cool, they actually released some footage. There was a series of 3 streams, I think, that
Yep.
one of the lead designers of the Challenger for Hot Start, I think he was the one that actually streamed it. So he was there answering all the questions and everything. So we're actually gonna, I think my man Mike here is gonna bring one up, and we'll kind of follow it. So guys, so this is in Sim.
we've got to lead with that. This is in freaking Sim. What you guys are about to see is first of all, we got to give credit because this is not our footage, by the way. This is on Toto Ritko. He's been the guy kind of behind the primary coding. I think his name is Sasso, by the way. I think he's the one that does better pushback and a whole host of other things across the X-Plane community, really. But it's his channel. This is what he's been walking folks through over the last couple of days on his Twitch channel, and then re-uploading it to YouTube. So just want to get that out there. This isn't Johnny or I with a pre-release copy or anything like that.
Absolutely not.
And this is not footage that was stolen or shouldn't be seen yet. This is all out in the interweb, as Johnny liked to say already. So let's tee that up firstly. But yes, this is in Sim. This is him walking into the FBO like he freaking works for Signature. I'm sorry, not for Signature. Like he works for ExecJet walking in the signature, about to conduct a charter flight. Watch this, my friends, if you haven't seen it yet.
Not sure if the audio will bleed through, but if not, I think I've seen this part. So basically, he's just he's walking us through the FBO. So the man responsible for the TBM. Yep, exactly. I mean, look at that, guys. I mean, that's all within the platform.
Insane.
Ground handling request.
Insane.
Oh my gosh. And then what was that, the briefing room there? Flight planning
that's
room?
The flight planning room.
Oh man. I think the only thing that was missing in that little clip there was the stale coffee. You gotta have some stale
and
coffee.
And the cookies,
there.
Man. We need some cookies.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man. They're fire when they're fresh, but
yeah, they are.
But they're not as good as DoubleTree cookies. But I digress. I'm sorry. But I think he's firing up Sim Brief now there. Get his flight plan brought in.
Can you guys hear the audio, by the way?
Yeah, they may not be able to hear it. Yeah, I see Rookie there. He really don't need to hear it. I mean, you really don't even need to hear it. I mean,
you don't, man.
DoubleTree. Yellow Bus knows what I'm talking about, man. Those Yellow Bus cookies, bro, be on time, man. No audio. Yeah.
So he's planning a flight from where the hell is that again?
MFR to Teterboro.
Mike Foxtrot Romeo. That's up north somewhere. Yes, Medford, Oregon to Teterboro in New Jersey. Yep. It has the range, folks. I think this thing has an insane range
4,000
of
miles.
4,000 nautical miles.
It's
wild.
They're just kind of playing around in the settings there. This is what I like the whole mics in there. Yeah, I think he's kind of messing around in his settings there. I think that menu there is actually
this is where he's inputting Sim Brief.
Yeah.
Can you hear the audio?
No, I can't get the audio either.
Okay. So it's just coming on my side. Okay, so
just coming on your side.
Yeah, this is him inputting his Sim Brief account credentials, which is essentially the pre-planning process. The FBO is fully accessible all over the place, man. You can walk around anywhere pretty much. You can sit down anywhere, and when you get inside the airplane, he's going to go into a little bit more about sitting down. So let me speed this up a little bit. I want to get to like the dispatching process. We're not going to show you guys everything. Obviously, you can review this on your own.
Yeah, I think if you search his screen name, I mean his name there, I think it comes up on Twitch as well.
So what's happening here is, and again, this is what you would typically do, right? Walk into the FBO and order your services, which includes obviously fuel. You have a selection of Jet A versus AV gas. Let's get that back there. AV gas. You've got additional services that you can have, like the GPU, the ASU, request for tow. Oh my gosh, the de-ice and the anti-ice feature.
Oh my lord,
freaking aircraft
Fire.
Is insane. But we'll get there in a second. So he is going to fill that out later. But check this out. He just tried to click avgas and it wouldn't let him because it knows he's flying a CL60. I mean, there's so many little like incremental things.
What's going on, my friend?
Man, that just blows you away with the way they've modeled this thing. So this is him in the FBO. This is the ground handling sheet. He's going to come back to that later. I think what he's going to do now is walk outside.
Get to the airplane there.
Into the airplane.
Insane. Walk to there. Oh my goodness. So if you're like me and you get lost in the FBO, which happens, You know,
you can walk
boom,
slow, you
walk
can
to
walk
aircraft.
fast. Look at this.
Oh
Right
my
out to the
gosh.
aircraft.
This comes out when? This comes out actually the 7th. Knock
Targeted
on,
for Friday.
yeah, knock on, target it for Friday.
He's doing a walk around now. The door on this thing is insane. It's he's got everything on here essentially works.
Everything.
Let me see if we can
See if we can get him to the
door. I want to
there.
see him open the door.
Yeah, he spent a good while just doing.
It's 2+ hours of really going through everything in detail, folks. Look at the tires on this thing.
Unbelievable.
He separated the brakes simulated to run off of separate hydraulics, 2 hydraulic systems like it does on a real plane.
Just everything, man. Exactly.
Let's see him open that door, man.
I don't think he says. I think he said that they have all the connections at the back end ready, but I don't think the door opens just yet. That's coming.
This door?
No, the back one where the AP.
Oh, the back one. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
This plane will be Fryer. Absolutely, XP. This is going to be. It's definitely going to be one for the books, my friend.
What's going on, XP? And I wish you guys, again, go and watch the video for yourselves, but it literally sounds like the door popping when he just
popping
did that.
Open. Exactly.
It's insane.
Exactly. I mean, it's the little things, guys, you know.
Same exact sequence of how you open it in the real world. You hear it slotting down in each of the notches. I'm just blown away.
Because I actually watched a good bit of this stream yesterday, and my mouth was open the entire time. Just, I mean,
look at the interior of this thing.
Got your wine glasses there. Is that Cuisinart?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It sure is.
Catch that. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. So those of you who are listening on the podcast, we're just gawking at the video here that was released by Hot Start on YouTube. Regarding, I think it was the second video for
there's a couple.
The upcoming 650. Yeah, there's a couple.
And we'll link them for sure in the
absolutely
podcast description and on the website. Our website.
Absolutely.
You can sit down in each of the seats.
10 the 7th rookie. Yep. Yeah, they said late Friday. I'm not sure what late means, depends on where they're at in states. So
I think they were saying like midday Pacific time or something like that, which for most of the world, except for me, that's pretty late on Friday. So not midday, like maybe 1, 2, 3 o'clock. So that's like what, 6 Eastern. If you're in Europe,
Stalker had an early release for this. No, Drew. Unfortunately, I was not gifted with an early copy release of this airplane. Otherwise, y'all would not hear from me. I'm just kidding. But
hey man, this thing's sending it.
Man, oh my lord, 4,000 miles, guys. I mean, the places you can go in this thing. And I think one of the things that really sticks out to me about the 650 is the cabin height. So years ago, I had the opportunity to tour aircraft of this type. And it's, once you get inside, I mean, it looks, from the outside, it looks a little funky. But once you're actually inside, I mean, it's very airliner-ish on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to find...
You looking for the other one?
Yeah.
And so I mean, it's, you know, the rest of that video was pretty much them going through. I think he went through bringing it online. Trying to think of. I think it was the third video.
Here's some other stuff here. There's some other stuff.
Let's see here.
Let me get the screen share back up. Bear with me.
No, take your time, my friend. Take your time. There we go.
So this is like the PA system in the back, and the way for you to control the cabin lightum. Full flight information display system. I think for those that fly the Phenom, which I think Johnny you do, and I think who else? HD flies the
HD,
Phenom a
yep.
lot as well. Um, I know that infotainment system in the back is modeled as well, and will show you kind of where you are in your route and whatnot based on what's set in the FMC. This thing
Mm-hmm.
takes it to a whole nother level.
A whole nother
I mean,
level.
a whole nother level. It gives you more information that you can care for in a flight sim, but the modeling and the kind of just the overall like brain behind that is just so insane.
And
Um,
that's probably there, ladies and gentlemen, probably one of the closest approximation to a Collins avionics suite that there is in Zen.
Look how detailed that is.
I mean, without a doubt. Um, and I think there's always a place for aircraft like this. I mean, something that I mean, we all love just to kind of dive in there and just go flying, right? But to actually have an aircraft where you can get in and study, not just hey, let me just click some stuff and get in there, but actually go through the flows, go through the checklist, and as you're going through it, you can get some satisfaction of, hey, this is
Mm-hmm.
pretty close to what an actual 650 driver would have to
Yep.
deal with. So
It simulates pretty much everything that they would do in a normal operation and even abnormal operation. Right now, it's asking the fuel truck just pulled up based on what he ordered inside the FBO. So that's what he's doing. He's checking to see what he has on board and then ordering the exact amount of fuel that he needs.
just did they go over the cell phone already?
Did he use the cell
He
phone?
used
Let's
the cell phone
see.
all right. Was Jenny?
Jenny. Jenny is Jenny, by the way, guys, is who's in the FBO. That's who you work with. You can operate the fuel yourself. I think what's insane about this, Johnny, is I'll let this play. Folks can continue to digest this while I talk. We've heard time and time again, when we think about just the level of detail that's involved in so many of the aircrafts that we have today in like P3D, the FS Labs, the PMDGs of the world. We've heard so many times that the reason why we don't have that level of fidelity, don't get me wrong, we're not saying that X-plane aircrafts aren't high fidelity, but some of the features and some of the things that are simulated in P3D, you don't have in X-plane. We've heard time and time again from folks that whether it's from developers themselves directly or just from folks in the community, the reason why we don't have that in X-plane is because of the base X-plane code.
Absolutely.
And I kept playing that back in my mind as I watched this video last night and was just like, what the heck? Somebody been lying. Somebody's been lying. I mean, all jokes aside, it's pretty insane. Like, in fact, there are certain things in this aircraft that they've modeled and coded that we don't even have in P3D today in like the FS Labs. And don't get me wrong, we're not saying it's not possible. And obviously, those are two completely separate aircrafts, right? We're talking about a CL650 and an Airbus, right? But just the overall level of fidelity as it relates to features and what you're able to do, we haven't seen this in any other X-plane aircrafts. So that's just something to think about, and something that I kept kind of mulling over last night as I watched this stuff. Like, where is this and everything else? Now, they haven't mentioned a price for this thing yet, right? That's the other side of things.
A liver.
You could argue, right, that if you were to have this kind of level of fidelity in everything that was released for X-plane, no one would be able to afford it. No one would want to buy it for a desktop simulator, which I could get that point. So you can't probably have this in everything, but just knowing and understanding that this is technically possible, with obviously a lot of work and a lot of smart people on the team, I think it's just simply amazing. Some people are lazy, money hungry nowadays. Mike will not put the max effort. And I think that's it too. I didn't want to say it, so Gio said it.
Yeah, Gio pretty much. You and I talked about this exact thing yesterday, man.
We sure did. Like that's got to be part of it too, right? Part of it has to be like, what level of effort did you really try to put in before you threw up your hands and said, I can't do it. It's the X-Plane based code. X-Plane just doesn't do it. X-Plane won't let me do it. It's insane, man. It's insane. So I think right now he's doing like the lamp test. This thing has an entire audible checklist that you can let the FO call out and run through as well. This thing, I think we're not obviously going to watch the whole thing, but look, he's almost an hour into this video.
Hasn't even thought about leaving the ground yet.
He hasn't even boarded the passengers yet.
These are the processes that you go through to get something of this caliber into the air. And to XP's point earlier, he mentions that he loves an aircraft where the system depth is modeled way above my capabilities. Absolutely.
Bingo.
I mean, something that provides a challenge. So I mean, anybody. So let's get this out of the way. This aircraft is highly automated, full FADEC functionality. So the FADEC, as by design, will not let you break it. So it's very hard to hurt this airplane. But that's not really where the fun is to me, and the enjoyment. The enjoyment comes from starting at the FBO, planning the flight, getting everything together to have a successful, realistic trip. And I don't know. I'll try to see if someone was going to ask this question, if it was going to include some sort of capability to where you can just skip past all this and just get the airplane started. I'm sure that they probably have built that in there.
In fact, there is a question at the bottom of his stream FAQ section. Will there be a quick start guide? Oh, it's a guide. But I think he also mentioned that there's going to be a quick start option where you can just go, which I think is fine, for folks that don't want to deal with this or deal with it every time they want to take the aircraft up. Because, beyond this, the aircraft is a dream to fly. The thing, again, I haven't flown it, but just seeing this guy fly it over the last couple of days, it handles really, really well. So there are going to be times where folks would just want to get up in that thing and fly it. But
absolutely,
to Johnny's point, man, the true kind of beauty about this aircraft is really simulating everything from the time you get off the crew bus into the FBO all the way through, man. It's freaking remarkable. I was even joking with him last night. You're gonna have to plan short legs. Don't plan a long leg.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. An hour and a half Lord to get off the ground. Oh man, well, Lord help you if you're streaming it.
Exactly. If you're streaming this thing,
oh gosh,
for you streamers out there, you content creators out there, don't plan long legs because it's gonna take you an hour and a half before you even leave. Especially if you're
XP. I think XP answered it for us. I think he called it training mode, while you start in the airplane without the FBO experience. That's awesome.
Oh, okay,
that's awesome.
Perfect.
So I mean, at least they provide a solution, right? For heck, I mean, it may be a situation is getting off of work or something. You don't have to spend another hour on the ground trying to get the thing set up. You just want to send it, right? So
exactly.
It's real cool that the hope's still cold and dark though, and training mode. Yeah, me, to your point, XP. I hope so as well. I just love firing, just the sounds, just if you guys get the opportunity, actually go and watch the full video, just the sounds. I mean, just everything from the doors, how they open, to the clicking of the igniters. You can turn on the ignition, go outside, and actually listen to the igniters.
Yeah, it's insane.
Just insane.
It's freaking insane. I'm trying to find the Bose A20 because that's my thing.
Oh my Lord.
It's got the Bose A20 headset inside this thing, just like in a TBM where you can throw on the headset and make the cabin quieter or the cockpit quieter. It's got it in this as well, but it's not just making it quieter for making. Oh, there it goes. Damn it. Go back. It's not just making it quieter just to make it quiet. It actually reduces the overall, I think, decibel level as well. It really sounds like, for those that have worn active noise canceling headsets before, it really sounds like you're wearing one when you throw this thing on inside the sim. It's downright insane. There they
Yeah,
go.
so guys, if you see Mike with his A20s on doing a stream,
I was
just
joking that I'm gonna throw
don't
them
fault
on
him.
just for
Don't
the
fault
stream.
him. Can
But
drop a
yeah,
link.
man,
Yeah, Drew. We'll drop one here, man. Let me see if I can hunt one down for you real quick.
the link for this video, yeah,
Yep.
I have it.
So so that's the infotainment section there. Yeah, so Medford, unreal, just unreal. And I think they also mentioned, in terms of like the weather, right? I think CP DLC is going to be
Yep,
implemented as
it's
well.
pulling real world weather, real world winds. That's the other thing, man. And I'm not gonna call any aircrafts out in particular, but like when you fly it, dude, I spent like 15 minutes entering wind data, bro, because there's no like automatic uplink, right? So you've got to take everything that's in your flight plan or from Active Sky and plug them in manually. This thing has it automated, so that's pretty cool as well.
And that's, I don't think that's the only thing as well. So GPS data, for example.
Oh gosh.
So
he showed that in the other, but it's not in this one.
This aircraft is pulling actual GPS GLONASS data. I don't know of another airplane that's doing that.
Listen to what he just said, folks. A desktop simulator is pulling real world GPS data for the add-on aircraft. Here's the cell phone, by the way.
So you can call Jenny.
That's the cell phone. I think that was really quick. He probably picks it up another time throughout the video. But that's the cell phone. You could call in the FBO to send the passengers out, order more services. It's insane. There's the PA briefings built in. Obviously, you guys can't hear it right now, so you have to, go back and
check
out the video.
For sure. I'm telling you guys,
it's a full suite of cabin PA announcements. All of these things are movable and interactable inside of the airplane.
I mean, pretty much on those 1,000-mile trips, if you can, if you got that kind of time, if you can touch it, you can pretty much manipulate it from.
Yep.
From what I'm gathering.
I don't know. There's anything in here that's not.
No, I'm trying to think of something like some sort of shortcoming. And I think that, and here's the kicker, guys. So we're getting it all. We're looking at all this, and I think the question that comes up is like, what's the performance going to be like? Man, he was mentioning some pretty modest builds and solid performance.
Yep. Obviously, we can't talk about a new release without talking about performance. I think what he was mentioning, a couple of the folks in the chat that also were involved in getting this created. Captain Shaquille Oatmeal, Happy New Year to you too, man. Hope all is well. Thanks for dropping by. When he was talking about folks like the 1660, with a 1660 was running this with no problem. I'm always weary of that. Again, just based on the conversation we just had about, GPUs and whatnot, right? Everything is just going to run differently depending on your setup.
Right.
Everyone has different add-ons as well. So, but I think for the most part, right, we can, probably based on what, they've said, we can probably garner that this is not something that's going to be terribly heavy on frames. What he's showing right here is he changed the weather to have it snow. And he's showing the snow and icing accumulation on the wing. And in a little while, he's going to call the de-ice and the anti-ice folks, or the de-ice and truck, to de-ice the aircraft as well as spray anti-ice. And again, those are all real-world application-based. So just like for folks that are familiar with the FS Labs, you've got to make sure you're using the right icing type
fluid, your holdover times,
the right, anti-ice type. Fluid, so that way you're taking into account the appropriate holdover times, or else your aircraft performance will reflect it. So I think that's pretty cool as well.
I know you guys. I think that's the GPU unit back there, or maybe the air cart. But he mentioned at some point that we will be able to manipulate that as well at that
Yeah,
panel.
it's gonna be
So
interactive.
yeah, it's going to be interactive. So I think he's firing up the engines now. And again, I mean, it's just like any other jet, right? You know, you spin it up, and then you have to actually still introduce the fuel, right? So,
Yep.
but just the sounds, guys. We were just kind of listening to it on the video yesterday, and I mean, just unreal.
Introduce the fuel. You mean similar to like the CRJ, where you got to throw the
Right.
lever up?
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. Yep. And
Yeah.
actually, man, we're really
Because
wishing
isn't
this
that how
thing.
the CJ4 technically is supposed to work as well? But in FS 2020, it doesn't work that way. It just starts
It's
right
a
up. Or is that probably
little
just the CJ3?
different. Yeah, the CJ3, the CJ4. So
Does it mean
the
probably?
FADEC
Yeah.
functionality is supposed to be pretty much automatic on the CJ4, but
Got
you
it.
know, I mean,
Okay.
it's 2020. You know, I mean, it's one of you just kind of look past it. It's like, it's 2020.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah, I mean, this will be, you know, if y'all are familiar with firing up a CRJ, it's
Yep.
basically a CRJ. I mean, much nicer
There's the
CRJ.
ITT on the rise and 2 on the rise and 1 on the rise. Look at the thing spooling up in the back, man. Again, go back, watch the video to actually hear these sounds. It's insane.
Yes. I need this plane VR ready day one. I need it bad. What did he say about VR, Mike?
I think he said it's coming. I don't know it's ready or I can't remember. There were a ton of VR
because
questions in there.
there were a ton of VR questions in there. I don't
Admittedly,
remember.
I ignored all of them because I don't
Yeah, I
mess
don't have
with VR.
VR. I'm sorry, Bombasso.
Unfortunately. But there were a lot of VR questions. Again, Bombasso, if you go back and watch kind of the replay, the Q&A, folks were definitely answering that. I think most of it was available.
Yeah.
I don't know you can walk in the FBO via VR, though. I don't know.
Yeah, that he said you couldn't do. I do remember that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I can remember that. So, guys, you see the chart there on that MFD on the right hand side. So that's actually a feature in the Collins Avionics suite, and you can even manipulate it with the joystick. But if you don't want to fool with that, I think it's clickable as well using your mouse to
you
kind
can
of
pop it out.
mimic the joystick.
He shows that in the other videos as well. What he's getting ready to do right now is pop outside and
I'm
start
going back to watch all
ice
three.
process.
Man, watch
you got
him,
to.
Bombasso.
You
Watch
got
him.
to. So right
Watch
now
him.
he's tuning the correct frequency for the de-ice truck.
Yep, de-ice truck. Yep. Which was on that sheet from earlier in the FBO.
Exactly.
Yep.
Insane, man.
Yep. So you're starting the de-ice process now. Which, heck, I don't know if we're even going to have the opportunity to utilize de-icing, man, because I don't think really many places it's gotten a lot of snow in here. You're like,
man, we still got a long winter ahead of us. It's coming.
I hope so.
Didn't the Northeast just get
well, I got some folks up there in Ohio, man, and they've gotten a little, but nothing.
The Northeast got a good couple inches
really?
Monday, I think. Yeah, man.
Man, I guess we'll be up around Teterboro then, Mike. Hey, man.
Bro, actually, I don't even know if I have a Teterboro scenery for X-Plane. I gotta go find one. all of my regional airports are in freaking FS 2020, man, because that's where I usually do my regional ops, just because of how gorgeous that sim is. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find some regional airports in X-Plane now. Stalker, you got them all. I know that.
Man, I have to, bro. Have to, man. Gotta send that TBM somewhere, bro. Where's now on fire?
Here comes the when it's not on fire. Here goes the truck. What it would be nice, and I was joking with Charlie about this the other day too, man, is like they might as well just create GSX for X-Plane.
Might as well.
Because they've got most of it. The only thing they're missing is the animated people. I think that's part of where GSX shines for sure, is like when we do the anti-ice or de-icing or anything inside GSX, you actually see the people doing it. This is pretty cool too, man. This is, again,
man, this level up never been done
versus what we've ever seen in X-Plane.
Yeah. I mean, just unreal. So of course, this view you can dive into the de-icing truck view and kind of be a part of the process, right? Let me catch up with the chat though. Going back to watch all three. It take my money. Man, I think it's taking all our money, bro. Come Friday, man. It's
Yes. He's
that's
messing with the timing. Look at the lights, dude, on the freaking de-icing truck.
oh yeah, so it's actually reflecting off the ice.
Yeah.
Man. See, I missed it. Yo, you know what? Yeah, I missed this part. So you're suggesting the day. Wow.
Like that looks
Unbelievable.
so real. Like that's exactly what the fluid looks like, man.
Yep. And I think he even mentioned, once it finishes up, the wing will have a little bit of a tinge to it.
Yeah, you could see it on the what you call it? The vertical stabilizer right there.
Man, yeah, it's yeah, this is for sure
See,
going
look
to
at
be
the
a
right wing versus the left.
yep. I think this is when he was talking about it as well.
Yeah. And look on that side. That's bananas. I haven't seen this on
Man,
anything besides FS Labs ever.
no. Now there's
Even
a few who do it, man. I think
really
the Mad Dog does it during the de-icing process. You'll get like
that tin
ice on the wings, yeah, a little tinge to it,
visible
but
icing.
yeah, visible icing.
Interesting.
Um, airfoil has it's a nothing just on this level though.
Yeah,
You
that's what I
know,
mean. Like this,
yeah,
this is absurd.
nothing quite on this level. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. There's no audio on it, but man, this, like I said, this you just watch the videos. Wow. I mean, I've gone back and watched them a few times. I was just blown away.
I've got to figure out how to watch the soup to nuts video. I think he just did today, which is
Yeah.
mimicking everything, putting everything together to execute an actual flight.
Yep.
So
Yep. I think that aired today, so it should be about ready to watch here. I think the recording here soon.
yeah, well, you don't see, and he did mention it is coming. No windshield rain effects yet.
Yeah. Yeah, he did
So
mention
that
that.
I think he's gonna. What is it? I always forget the name of it. Is it ski? No, ski's the option in
Yeah, a
gazebo.
Librain or something like that.
Librain. There you
Yeah,
go.
Librain.
Librain. He does plan on getting that in
Banana.
here as well.
Oh shit. Bananas. Oh man. It is, man. Like, yesterday, we were watching this video. I mean, my fingers just going 100 miles an hour, messaging Mike. I'm just like, man, you seeing this? Like,
Here comes the anti-ice.
they getting back in the, I mean,
And what you
just
saw in there was him start the chrono, the time that this is being sprayed on, so you can keep track again of the holdover
hold
time.
overtime.
So those of you out there that typically fly that VATSIM FNO, man, and you try this thing in some not so fun weather, and you throw this this anti-ice on, and you're 25th for takeoff, you might as well turn back and go get something sprayed on with more holdover time. And you also can what you call it, apply this remotely, so remote ice pad too. So I know certain sceneries like what is it, YYZ. There is a remote de-ice pad, so you can actually taxi over there and call this truck, so you don't have to do it on the ramp or the initial apron. So that's pretty cool as well.
Really cool. Really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's what synthetic vision, I think, is coming on this thing also. I'm just naming just some of the, I mean, it's just everything here is just
Synthetic
groundbreaking.
vision. Oh yeah, synthetic vision. Yep. The HUD, the heads up display is pretty insane.
Let's see here. Caribbean ops in the winter it is. Man, I would say the same. Like, man, it's gonna be some days I'm not trying to deal with
Right.
that. But I mean, guys,
Oh,
4,000 miles. Well, we say 4,000 miles. I mean, that's on a good day, perfect
that's like
conditions,
no
all that.
load, minimal
Yeah,
fuel
no
or something like
load.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say, like but even 3,000 miles, guys.
Yeah, 3,000 easily.
Yeah. Yeah,
3,000
I saw
easily.
Farmingdale, New York, and had to Bermuda lights up. Man, just like him, bro.
Just like it.
Just like it, man.
Well, he was mentioning also as well, guys. Get this. So somehow the airplane in the sim takes into account the temperature and dew point spread from the night before. For those of you that understand what that means, essentially, the closer the temp and the dew point spread is, the more visible moisture that you're going to see or have in the atmosphere. So just because if those are pretty close, which typically happens at night, if the temperature spreads are pretty close, you're probably going to get some visible moisture on the aircraft, and if you get cool enough, it's going to get icing on it. Just because you come out and it's not snowing or it's not too cold the day of your flight doesn't mean that you don't have to apply this, because the aircraft again knows where it was parked
It's
somehow
persistent.
the night before. It's persistent, and you will try to take off and crash
And be on
have
disasters.
very
Yep.
have a very difficult time trying to control the aircraft and the flight control services. So I mean, that's a mind-boggling. Like, honestly, Johnny, when I was watching some of this and just hearing them describe the features of this aircraft, all I could think about, and again, man, I'm not on FS Labs payroll. I know some of y'all's probably like, damn, like, shut up about FS Labs. Like, trust me, they don't pay me. I'm not on their payroll. But like the level of thinking beyond the typical, flight simmer or what your typical desktop sim generally has is what folks like FS Labs and these guys are doing, man.
Yep.
It's taking everything to a whole nother level. Things that you haven't even thought about simulating in a desktop sim. They've thought about it, and not only thought about it, we're able to find ways to implement it.
Absolutely.
That's what's mind-boggling about this whole thing. This aircraft is insane.
So, and let's just geek out a little moment, right? And so, like the sensor data. So they mentioned that this airplane gets no like ghost data, meaning that X-plane isn't sending it some data to make all this work. This is actually the sensors, so like your speed indicators, all of the computers and everything that's functioning in the back end of this aircraft is actually pulling data based off of the conditions. So there's no like mysterious data being sent or anything like that. And when you try to quantify that, I mean, they've pretty much taken an exact replica of a 650 and stuffed it in the X-Plane 11.
Wow.
And I mean, it's just mind blowing. I mean, just going back to the TBM, they don't have a manual for the TBM. You download the, I'm gonna butcher this name, the Daher TBM 900 manual, and that's what you use. I mean, it's so I'm not sure. I'm curious to see.
The same thing with this aircraft. Somebody asked that question: "Are you guys like going to create a whole manual?" They was like, "Nope, just download the real world."
Boom,
because this thing is exactly like it.
Exactly like it. So. This I like the CRJ. This guy does have auto throttle, guys. So, we won't have to deal with trying to, baby the thing for 3,000 miles. Lord knows how long the trip is.
Gosh, and talk about using your checklist.
Oh my gosh,
man! Caught slipping if you don't.
Oh yeah,
this aircraft.
Oh yeah, I mean it's bound to happen, man. I'm telling you. And to your point, Mike, those streams are going to be pretty short, man. I mean, 400 miles tops.
Yep. The streams won't be short. The flight in the streams, 300-400 miles short for sure. Because again, this video he's wrapping up now was almost 2 hours. 2 hours long. I mean, take off a couple minutes for your formalities, but call it 2 hours, man. and he didn't go nowhere.
Shaq says iPhone 3GS for the win, bro.
He's got the 3GS calling the FBO.
Hey man, they spent all this money on the 650. That's all they can afford is 3GS.
The phone actually rang. Jenny picked up in the FBO, asked them what they wanted. It's insane, man. It's insane.
So I mean, mine's being blown aside. Mike, what do you think, man? You gonna cop it?
Man, is that a question? Oh my goodness!
I don't know, man. So I'm gonna put this out here. So Mike was kind of on the fence.
I was.
He was
so
on the fence. I was
videos,
like, bro,
dude.
watch. So again, I've been following this thing since
for years.
For years, and I found out he was gonna do some videos. The videos came out, and I'm watching it. I'm like in the office, right? So I'm just like, trying to cop a peek every now and then. And I'm looking at all this. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I know what Mike said. I'm like, Mike, just watch the video, bro. Just watch it. And he finally got settled and watch it. And it was just like, you can't, no matter how you feel about, whether is this your thing or not. I mean, one can't help but appreciate the level of effort that was put into this airplane. And I hate to keep riding this horse, but I'm a ride it, guys. I mean, this is definitely gonna be a release for the books for sure. And and here's the crazy thing. We're not done yet. I mean, there's still another several releases that we're looking forward to. PMDG is going to be, up there. We're thinking we're going to be seeing a 737 this year. Hopefully we may have to see a Dassault Falcon this year for X-Plane. So, is that a question? Say it. Man, so I mean, this is going to be a really, really good year, guys. Really good. When I tell y'all, I am as happy as a hog and slop. I am just. This is going to be an awesome year for Semi.
It's
Drew says everybody gonna be
flying this. Literally, man. I told somebody the other day, man, like I'm gonna be flying this like they're cutting me a check, bro. Like Exec Jet is cutting me a check to fly this thing. Put me on the payroll. I'm in it.
Yo, Mike. I'm telling you, man, we're gonna be all in that 650, man. Looking
like Rick Ross in the back.
Man, in the confines of our office, man, with those big old aviator glasses or whatever, man, just like you're on the real thing, man. Our significant others looking at you like you're completely crazy, but just tell them just to give you a moment, let you enjoy the 650 for a little bit, and we'll be okay. Oh, and Mr. Dave says as well, the Twin Otter. Yep. So Aerosoft's about to drop a Twin Otter for.
Oh, that's right.
For 2020.
Yeah, that too.
And
man.
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
It does look really good.
Yeah. So, I mean, man, this is gonna be a pretty sweet year, guys. Pretty sweet year. I know we haven't had the opportunity to sim as much as we we used to. I know Annabills, yeah, Annabills, they just dropped an update a couple days ago for their A300, so you're not done with that yet. Just seeing a lot of movement and a lot of movement in the industry, So, I mean, guys, the sky's the limit. But all the content creators out there, Shaq, we see you, man. XP, Rookie. All you guys, man, it's just keep saying it because I was watching. I watched pretty much all of y'all's, all those who flew the LevelUp 7.3, and man, that thing looks amazing. And then between that and the 650, I think our weekend's pretty much full, guys. Pretty much full.
Literally, I gotta find some time in there, like you said, man. Go get this damn night currency done. But once that's done, man, back to the sim.
Yeah, man. It's I can't really think of another release where there's just and they were quiet. I think that's what kind of got me about this whole thing.
Yes,
They were
man.
just so quiet. 3 years. We didn't hear about alpha. We didn't hear about beta. All of a sudden, I don't know. Actually, let's go ahead and give the props to I think it was Charlie who
Yeah.
dropped. Yep. He dropped me the link, and it was on a website I'd never seen, and they started. I think it was a forum post. They caught one of the forum posts and then kind of
Got
spread
it.
from there.
Got
And
it.
I think I think it's gold now. So yeah, hopefully Friday, we'll see some 650 streams. So
What's the VATSIM FNO this Friday?
Oh my gosh, man! It's gonna be 650s everywhere.
Is it conducive to a? What the hell is this thing? I haven't been on this website in so long. Was it that USA?
You gotta relog in, man. It's been that long, bro. It's been that long, man.
There is none.
Oh no, FNO.
What gives?
I'm sure they're gonna make one for others.
It's gonna be Teterboro.
It's gonna be Teterboro, man. Everybody at Teterboro.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, definitely looking forward to that, guys. Looking forward to, getting your guys' input on it. What y'all think? Hopefully you guys get the opportunity to check it out. Even if biz jets aren't your thing, maybe maybe check it out. Just let us know what you think. As far as the pricing, I don't know, but
they're tight-lipped, man.
I don't know why, man.
They don't know.
Wouldn't you want folks, man, to know to get their coins together?
No, because when you know what the thing is going to cost, you saw the level of detail in this aircraft. And again, I'm just speculating.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want folks to take too long to wonder about whether or not they should drop the coin and buy this thing. You're just gonna release it with the price tag as is, and it is. You don't want folks at home like this thing comes out in 3 days. Should I really spend $90 on this? Nah, it's out. Oh, it's out. Let me go to the website. $90. Damn, add to cart.
No That's questions asked.
Man. No questions asked.
Man, I don't know, man, because we kind of knew what the labs was going to cost, man, and
yeah, but I think it's different too because I think most folks here will probably definitely fly it or buy it. Mm-hmm. The majority of I think the aviation community is really into the big heavy birds, the big heavy metal, man. Anywhere from your Airbuses to your Boeings and all of the variants of the Airbuses and the Boeings. There's definitely a good subset of GA and I think corporate jet folks out there, but the majority of folks are flying the heavy metal. So I think that was a different kind of approach versus what these guys are doing. Again, you were an early adopter of the TBM. Did they release a price for that? Or was it just, it's out, go buy it?
You know what? I don't remember because I sat on it for a while, man. I heard about it, but then I was just kind of like, I watched a few streams. Like, man, because I think when it dropped, it was like $79.
Still is $79.
Yeah, it's okay. What is it? Okay, yeah, it was. It was $79, but everybody was like, man, this thing is like going to the restaurant. If you guys ask price, don't order it. Yeah, man. Hey, because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, man. I don't think this thing's gonna be no $79. I'll go ahead and tell you that now.
You think it's gonna be north of 100?
I'd be highly surprised if it wasn't.
Dude, that is a lot of coin.
Man, it's a lot, jet. But hey, man, what?
No, not for dude. I'm gonna buy it, bro. I'm thinking about the majority, and I could be wrong. You guys in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking about the majority of the aviation community, the flight sim community.
Man, you gotta pay.
You think they're gonna drop $100+ on a corporate jet?
Man, I've seen worse, bro. I'm telling you, like it's. You know, I mean, I ain't trying to drop no names, but there's a few of them on .org where, you know, when you buy all the, you know, bells and whistles, you're in it about $100. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Is
it's
it
over
really?
100. Yeah, pretty close to it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
because
realize
remember,
that.
you remember, yeah, you know what, Shaq? I'm glad you brought that up, brother. Yeah, because I was on the fence about that one, and it's in
Because
my
it was
hanger right
100.
now. I mean, 150. Hey man, great. I agree. There's no way they're gonna drop this over 100. Man, I'm telling you, Blue.
I'm telling you, Blue. I think me and Blue's on the same page, bro. There's no way.
Man,
They can't. They can't. Not for a corporate jet, bro.
You know,
XP 75 Max.
Max, I'm out.
It's like Mark Cuban. I wish this thing had the ability to drop memes in here, bro. I gotta find a way to put
Man,
memes in here. I'm out.
hey, you
The
know,
Mark Cuban meme.
I'll tell y'all right now on the CTP, man. They can tell me $90, bro, and I'll just. I mean, it's, man, 3 years, man. I've been waiting on this 3 years, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Yeah, flight factor. Chad was like flight factor 7.5 and 7.6, so it's 110 for everything.
For everything, like each of them or the entire package?
No, I think, is it for each of them? Blue says not enough demand. Blue, you probably got a point.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You probably
That's
got
what
a
I'm
point,
saying,
man. But
the majority of folks in the community don't fly these things.
Man, I don't know.
All of us here in the chat, yes, we'll definitely, try it out.
I don't know. Juice says 89. I could probably see 89. I could probably see that, but I can see about 89.
You think $10 more than the TBM? I think they've got a price that at TBM range slightly higher. No more, no less.
Yeah. Let's see what Charlie said. I paid 110 for a 767 Global. Yeah. TBM is 65 right now. My guess is 10.
Oh, did they drop the price
more.
on that thing?
Yeah, it probably did drop it. I'm telling you, because I bought it. It was like 79. That was a while ago.
You're the one who told me that. I remember when
that was a while ago.
Huh.
Yeah, but a lot of people say the same thing about DC-6. Yeah, it sold better than ever. Yeah, that's true. But then that was their first foray into 2020, and everybody was just really excited about that. PMDG.
For which one? What was it?
For the DC-6?
Yeah, it's so better than they ever thought. Well, that's because it's for a new flight sim.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't seen the numbers on that, but what's better than they ever thought? Like, what classify? How many copies did they actually?
How do you quantify that?
Exactly. No way MSFS crowd is going to pay $60 for a plane. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think we're looking at between $75 and $85.
85. You thinking 85, Mike?
85, 90 max. If they go over 100, it's not going to sell.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably 90. Man, that's a lot of. Yeah, we'll see, guys. I hope it's 75, man. If it's 75, that's even better. But man, I don't know. That's going to be a tough one. But regardless, like I said, and I mean, y'all know me, man. I'm definitely going to be.
I'll be on it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be on it. So let's see. Did I miss anything better? See, Dave says better than ever, so including FXX and P3D combined in the first month. Is that is that counting comparing to the 732, Mr. Dave, or?
I read DC is the most sold aircraft ever for PMDG. What? Nah, no way. I got me fact checking stuff now. Let's see.
let's see. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, Blue definitely has a point there. Um, but then again, I mean, I've just kind of following, there's a lot of folks who are really looking forward to a high fidelity biz jet. Heck, with all these add-ons, this jet, I'm gonna be getting no matter what. If the Y gives me the blood, just sleep. Man, facts, Shaq. Facts, bro. Man, they could be
Sleep on the
like,
jet. That thing was comfortable enough to sleep on, man. You see that
man, I'm
freaking
telling
interior?
you. Hey,
Oh my gosh,
man.
this DC6 really was $70. Bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm right there with you, Shaq, man. I can say. Go ahead.
The launch discount was $55. Okay. $70 for DC. Oh, okay, lost everything. That's what I get for talking smack.
Man, talking smack. No, I mean that's totally well, I mean I can kind of see that. Like I said, it's a brand new platform. So I mean, again, you gotta pay to play. Call my wife from there. That day I
From that 3G.
Hey, bro, man, you two, me and you both, man. I mean, it's because I was prepared. I'm like, man, if they said it was $100, I have to go ahead and I just have to go ahead and do what I got to do.
DC6 was a masterpiece. Really?
I'm sure it was good.
But no one's flying it anymore.
XP said, who bought the DC? Man, hey, I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I owned a DC6 way back. I think they dropped it for like P3D way back in the day, man. I flew that thing for like a week, and then that was
yeah. Dave, you fly it. I know you fly it all the time, Dave. We know that, but like in the general sense of the word aviation community, who else is really flying this thing? No one. $100 for a plane is a lot. It is.
But have y'all noticed, man? Every platform PMD, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Every platform PMDG drops that DC6 like they did it for X-Plane.
I think you mentioned. Get myself together over here. I'm losing monitors. I'm losing cameras.
My man,
I think you mentioned that they generally do that to test, kind of like,
it's just
from a development
I just get that vibe, man. Because they did for P3D, and then X-Plane they did it, and then before they dropped anything else for 2020. Low key, I agree that DC6 is a masterpiece, but no one cared about DC6 in real life either. Yeah, I mean they have a special place, man. Especially I mean, heck, they're still flying up around Alaska and all them parts, man. But to your point, Blue, no one really, I think Mr. Robert from PMDG kind of says it the best. People tend to relate to aircraft that they see day to day, right?
I say that all the time.
So like your Boeings, your Airbuses, some of your RJs, hey, I've ridden in that going to grandma's house, let me go pick that up, see what that's like, DC6 is a passion project for PMDG. Absolutely. So, I know DC3 would be a passion project, but no, DC6, that tends to be their baby though, Mr. Dave.
That's what they generally roll with.
Yeah. Well, that's true though, because I think Robert does have some time in the DC3. I think he owns one or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's what Dave means from that aspect.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. So. I mean that I totally understand, but like I said, I mean, and going through that, going over to that 7.3. I mean, I don't know, guys. What do y'all think, man? It's just I'm
Which
so
one?
used, going over to the PMDG 7.3 that's supposedly coming soon.
That's coming out.
Yeah.
It's coming
man,
soon.
I gotta have GSX, guys. I gotta have GSX.
Yeah, so we talked about this before, right? So these airliners that are lined up that have dropped and are dropping in FS 2020, I think you feel like overall the immersion in the simulator is still lacking for you to truly enjoy the airliner experience that you have in P3D and even in X-Plane.
Mm.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think again, we kind of harp on GSX a lot. It is hard to fly, especially that stupid Coltel engine. Whenever it crashes, I'm just like, I'm done, because you don't want to fly the sim without that. At least when you're flying airliner, without that immersive, all-encompassing GSX experience, and even so much more that a lot of these developers like FS Labs has tied their product into GSX, so that way for you to truly gain the immersion and the experience that comes along with utilizing their aircraft, you kind of have to have GSX. So I think it is kind of strange to take those aircrafts into another platform and fly it and still feel like the immersion is there, when it's really not going to be, at least based on what you're used to from other sims. So I could kind of see that. I think to this point, though, I mean, we're going on not almost, but before you know, you're going to blink, it's going to be August. It'll be 2 years since 2020 came out. I think folks are just, including myself, ready for a true high fidelity airliner. So I think bring it on, GSX or not. Speaking of GSX, though, where the heck are they in 2020?
Where are they indeed?
It's like Carmen Sandiego with those folks. They showed us kind of like, I think, all of the attributes and some screenshots. And again, all that stuff is just modeling. We know that you can show models, for till the cows come home and still not have anything coded behind the scenes. But the way they were going on and the way they were showcasing these things, and I'll never forget this. I think it was like April of 2020, 3-4 months before the sim even came out. They were showcasing it and even kind of leaning towards this thing was going to be ready day one, if not a couple of weeks later. So it is kind of strange that we're going on, 15, 16 months of this thing being out, actually 18 months of this thing being out, and we still haven't seen anything from it. So I don't know. And I think recently they announced that they're not developing certain things for P3D anymore. Unless I read that incorrectly, they'll provide, I think, just overall general support. But I think them, who else? Those guys that make UK 2000.
I can't think of those fellas. I know you're talking about.
There've been a couple folks that came out and said they're not making products for P3D FSX anymore. So maybe that's to dedicate time and resources to FS 2020. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just need to kind of focus in to be able to deliver some of these products that they said were going to be out already. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, and to Mike's point, I think it's definitely high time that we get some. We're starting to see some high fidelity airliners in there again. Shout out to Fly by Wire. I mean, they've been continuing to, they carry the torch. In terms of that, and but slowly but surely, I'm starting to see more content being dropped for 2020. So. I think at some point, we'll get there to where we'll have the aircraft that, match how beautiful the world looks, in that sim. And in addition, having tools like, like GXX to be able to fully immerse ourselves into, real world airliner operations. But in the meantime, I'll probably book myself a flight from Montreal to Lord knows where in that 650. Knock on wood when it drops. Oh, man, did I say that?
You're flying international? Oh my gosh! Man, everyone note the date and time. Johnny's going to take an international trip.
I'm thinking about it, man. I say that, and then I was like, I probably go to Teterboro just like everybody else. Some random airport there. Seems like Microsoft Flight Center has been harder to work with for airplane makers than anticipated. I can see that, XP. especially it's almost as if it's a moving target for them,
Yeah.
and coming from software development myself, I mean it's not easy. By the time you get everything lined out, boom, something's broke. Then you having to, okay, let's figure out what's broke, blah blah blah. That's, I think me and Mike, we talked about this a while back. We were hoping that, there would be just, a little more dialogue going on between the developers and Asobo. But, I mean, I think Service Pack 7, when it dropped, I think it broke some stuff.
Yep.
So
I mean, you saw it firsthand, man. You're on the beta team for the CRJ products, and how many times did they have you guys testing things after a release?
oh man,
That
all
was
the
working the
time.
night before.
All the
So
time.
that definitely is. Yep, you're right, Drew. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So I think that's
Yep.
definitely kind of been frustrating. And we've had devs on the show or on other shows. We've heard them say, that's kind of been a challenge. I don't know, but I think things like utilities, man, we've seen some folks throw some freeware utilities in there, no problem. So again, I do still kind of wonder what the holdup is on the GSX side.
The order is XP says the order is Xbox first, PC second, and my opinion. That's come across my mind as well.
If that's the
Man,
mindset, that's
when
terrible.
you look at the market, I
That
mean, right?
that's true. When you look at it from a true monetary business sense, right?
Which is where they're looking at it from.
Because they're Microsoft. I get it. I get it. But well, then don't sell us a load of what then in the beginning, right? They had all these folks fly out to where the hell was it? Seattle just before it dropped and promising kind of the dedication that they're gonna have to the flight sim community and not just entry level user base, the true dedication to be able to support add-on features, add-on developers like we're used to today across other platforms. And then you're going to turn around and dedicate most of your time to the Xbox folks. That doesn't make any sense. You're talking out two sides of your mouth at that point. I mean, I get it. I get it. Business is business. But at the end of the day, man, you got to, part of being a professional and being in business is also honoring what you're going to say. So you could have came out and say, hey, listen, we get you flight sim folks. We get the add-ons and how important that is. We're going to build up the sim. We'll add all that stuff later. We'll work with developers. But, our true primary focus is going to be the Xbox, the console folks.
Yeah. And Drew
Okay.
says I have an Xbox One and it sucks. Just my opinion. Man, it's different.
They're
My
having a
son.
hell of a time, man. I've seen lots of folks in different forums saying they're having a hell of a time trying to get that thing to work properly
Man, it's
on
funky.
console.
It's
So,
funky. I played it on my son's Series X. It's not the same, man.
oh yeah,
It's just not the same.
I haven't
You
even
know.
attempted.
Yeah.
Not for me, man. Flight
Yeah.
Sim needs to be on a desktop computer. End
You
of story.
know.
Or a laptop. Or a laptop. And not console. Not the way we sim. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. And but like I said, to XP's point, I mean, 100% accurate. If you kind of look at how it's been trending, but thankfully, right, we still have platforms like X-Plane 11, on P3D and others, we can still kind of lean on. Because I think I've flown 2020 maybe once or twice in the past week or so, and that was just because the Kodiak dropped, which is pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, if you guys are interested in a turboprop for 2020. But other than that, it's just kind of, I don't know, just been kind of lackluster for me. Between in-up switches, no EFB, it's nothing like watching
Yeah,
content creators. Yeah,
it's not the total experience, and it will
no, not
never be. At least in my opinion, the consoles aren't flexible enough or powerful enough to run it like that. Not your entry level consoles, at least. I mean,
right.
I know the PS5 and the Xbox Series X is pretty powerful, but they're not 2080, 3080 powerful.
Yeah,
I could be wrong,
it's,
but
I don't know, man. Even if they said, "Hey guys, we're dropping it for the PS5," I don't think I'll be in line to try it out. I don't know, man. Just I don't know. That I don't know.
no,
just a hard
I'm not.
pill.
Yeah, I'm not knocking consoles and
Yeah,
flight sims for consoles. But again, I think their focus needs to be PC. Get that stuff ironed out first. Get
yeah,
the developers what they need. Because we're the folks that are going to be around the longest.
true.
Like, do you remember when that thing? I didn't see. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this as professionally as I can. There was nothing that frustrated me more than when they started giving out copies to all of these random, I guess, video game players. I think a week before it actually dropped to the public to mess around with. I'm like,
You
these
know what,
folks,
Mike? I
these,
was hoping you weren't going to touch that, but dang it, you did it anyway. There was people who have that I follow personally for
yes,
like other platforms. All of a sudden, they're streaming Flight Sim.
yes.
And I mean, you do what you want or whatever, but it's like they streamed it, and then you go back look at their channel now, they're
They
back
would never
on
touch
whatever
it
they did
again.
before. Yeah,
One of them folks, dude, not only that, they were giving some of those folks freaking joysticks and honeycombs and bravos and there it goes. I didn't want to say her name, but XP brought it up. There it
man.
goes. Listen, I'm not knocking her.
No,
My wife actually loves her. My wife's a big Apple product person, and she loves that person that XP just mentioned. But come on, man. We've got folks out here that live
has
and
been in the
breathe
game
flights and man
for
that have been in the game
decades.
for years, man. And you're giving these folks who are well off to begin with, you know, products and peripherals, hardware peripherals that they're gonna use it for a couple months and then it's gonna go in their closet.
Which is probably where it is now.
Like, come on, man. That was frustrating to me. They get no, you didn't. they did give it to a handful of true
Yeah,
flight sim folks and
a
advocates, and
few.
it doesn't even have to be fully flight sim. I think Jeff had a copy. Jeff freaking streams anything, right?
Oh
Everything
yeah,
from
yep.
different genres and whatnot. Those people are fine, but when you take people like again, like he just mentioned her and other folks, man, that really aren't into that kind of genre stuff, nor has their historical content ever been centered around that. It just made no sense. It was kind of ridiculous. It kind of just emphasized the fact that this was really all about money
Money.
and just trying to spread the word as much as possible just because you have X amount of followers. So it was kind of ridiculous, man.
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah, I'm a Mac
100%
guy. I
there.
like her for that, but not for flight sim. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and certain folk. I mean, yeah, that's totally that's totally fine. But that's hey, I ain't gonna lie, guys. That kind of had me feeling,
You felt
some
away.
type of way. Yeah, man. I'm just like there's this another person I follow. He does like Elite Dangerous Space Sim type stuff, and all of a sudden, boom, he's
Yeah.
in like a 170. I'm like, wait, man, dude, like,
Yeah. Flying over his house.
yeah, man. It's like, he
By
did
October,
that.
none of them ever streamed a thing
Nothing,
again.
man. Nothing.
It was
Crickets
like,
now.
dude, man, you could have done, giveaways to folks that are less fortunate, that truly love flight sim or truly want to get into the hobby. Let's talk about how, this sim, the release of this sim has really triggered, the kind of this onset of folks wanting to go out and actually pursue flying
Pursue
as a
flying.
hobby or career. Um, I think that's freaking phenomenal. Those are the folks, that should have been able to benefit from some of that, pre-release stuff, not necessarily streaming the stuff, but at least being able to obtain some of the hardware again for those folks that are a little bit less fortunate. But I don't know, America.
Yeah, Yeah. Man, I'm you know what, that's been pent up for a while, Mike. So I mean that's what just let it go, bro. Just let it all let it all
Man,
out, man.
you could ask my wife, man. I was going off about it for actually she was the one that showed me. She was like, "Oh, they gave her flights." I'm like, "What? No,
What?
they didn't. She doesn't play flight sim. She doesn't sim. What are you talking about?" Sure enough, man, went over there and I was like, "You got to be kidding me." And then I saw the honeycomb and the Bravo and I just lost it. I'm like, "That's hers." No, they send it to her. I'm done. I'm done.
Done. Man, let's see. You talked to pilots today, and many say they got started playing FS98, FXX. So this will
We'll do
do
it for
for
the
this
next
for
year. For
absolutely,
sure. For sure.
absolutely,
Which is
man.
why they need to
Hell,
get
I
their act
started.
together.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how you started, right?
yeah.
FS98,
FS98,
FSX.
man. At Sam's Club. Shout out to Sam's. That was back when you actually had needed a membership to get in.
Did you
Way
really get
back
a
then.
membership for Sam's Club?
Oh yeah, man. Like at one
Ah,
point, it was like just for employees.
Sam's Club.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I was Walmart brat.
Ah, oh,
Man,
that's
so
right. That's right. That's
yeah.
right. Your
So
family was in it, for a
yeah,
while. Yeah.
and yeah, man, that's it. So I'm really hoping this is what, and you know what, Mike, if it takes someone discovering this on their Series X or on their Series X, by the way, Mike picked up Series S, but on their Series S, and this segues them into, the awesome world of aviation. Hey, awesome,
Yeah, that's
golf clap,
yeah.
but to Mike's point, I just think those resources could have been funneled,
Elsewhere.
to, yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
Mombasa says on Twitch, MSFS multiplayer is like the new Fortnite on Sip side.
Yeah, bro. I've seen the thing. I'm like,
Man,
what
yeah.
is going? Yo, I'm sorry, man. And I think the rest of you in chat
Shaq.
can attest to this. When you see these folks, man, get on the console and try to mess with FS 2020 and do some of these nonsense, it makes you cringe. It makes
Man.
I mean, I've seen videos of dudes talking about we're doing a group flight, and everybody's stacked on top of each other, flying through. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't watch this. I can't watch this, man. It's just, I don't know, man. I think it's bad enough that folks on the outside see our hobby as, a game. I think it's bad enough that they see it as a game. I think that kind of, shenanigans definitely kind of lends towards that thinking and perception of the flight sim hobby. And we've talked about this with you all many a times, man. Part of the reason why Johnny and I do this is to really try to bring home the real world aspect and tie the two together. And it's hard to watch some of that stuff sometimes when when that's what you're trying to do. But
yeah, that's
what
why I
I
just
got a
got
new
this
Sam's
Sam's
membership.
membership for the 5. What, Chuck? Man, hey, I just
Oh
renewed
man.
mine, bro. So.
Oh wait, so it's still membership based.
Yeah. Oh, I forget. Y'all got Costco over there, don't you?
Yeah, we go to Costco. I mean, we got Walmart
Yeah.
too, but I think there's couple Sam's Clubs around. But
Yeah.
I can't remember last time I've been in Sam's
Man,
Club.
I got lost in Costco, bro. I knew it wasn't for me then. It wasn't for me,
Man,
bro.
Costco is it, bro.
Man, 2020 multiplayer Xbox One is no different than nails on a chalkboard. Man, I tried. My son downloaded. Man, he got a Series X. He downloaded it. I tried it one time, bro. I was like, nah, it's hard pass, man. As my friend John would say, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me, man. Because like trying to process flying and trying to do that in a controller. I mean, it was just really, really hard
It
to do.
reminds you of trying to fly in Grand Theft Auto, bro. That's what
Oh
it
my
is.
gosh, man.
It's like flying in GTA.
Yeah. Costco all the way. Oh man.
Rock City.
That's all right, man. I got my man Shaq, so it's all good. It's all good. Sam's for the win, man. Sam's for the win. But yeah, so I mean that's all kidding aside, I mean, I think we're still looking solid, guys. I'm really, really impressed with what's going on in terms of the these new releases. Got some trolls here, Mike, trying to
Yeah, I'm cleaning them up.
clean them up there. In terms of these new releases, and I was just really, really just I was like, oh my goodness, so thankful that we're starting to see some movement on the X Plane 11 side. Like I said, I'm still hopeful for that Falcon as well. Falcon's definitely gonna just gonna be icing on the cake, but I mean, and there's been several other releases as well. No, Airfoil Labs just
Oh
released
yes, I got. How the hell didn't we talk about that, man? We didn't even. That was the third thing. I completely forgot.
Yeah,
Yes,
that you picked up.
That I
That
did
you're gonna
pick
be
up.
streaming
That I
next week.
haven't flown yet. I'm going, what? God, trying to put me on blast. No, I don't know. We'll see, man. Like after we get off this, work's just gonna say I still got work to do after this. It's bananas, bro. Like my email is just nonstop as we sit here. So, but we'll see. I'll definitely want to come on next week. Do a 172 stream in the Airfoil Labs. I think that's gonna be cool. We'll take it up. Do some ACS maneuvers.
Yeah. My man got checked out in G1000.
Yes. That was fun, man. That you don't want to go back to steam gauges after that, dude. It's
I don't know. After that 650, I don't know. You might.
Right? The 650 is gonna be an hour block, an hour and a half time.
That's a whole hour time, bro. Oh man. But yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Man. We'll see.
It's gonna be cool, man. But yeah, so I did want to ask you this though, Mike, since we since you're fresh on the Z1000. So what did you find yourself more situationally aware, having those additional resources available to you?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think it was as drastically more situational if I could speak, situationally aware, because I've always flown with ForeFlight. ForeFlight really gives you a lot of the stuff the G1000 gives you today, man. So I've always had kind of my traffic call out, altitude call outs, being able to really visualize the airspace and all that stuff. So I've always had that on G1000. I'm sorry, on the ForeFlight. The G1000, however, puts it a little bit more better from a overall viewpoint, right? So it's kind of dead in front of your face. You feel that it's a little bit more connected with the aircraft versus having a standalone tablet on the side. So it definitely feels a lot more situationally aware. I think the other aspect of that is it's also the SP model, right? So most of my flying has always been in the carbureted 172 or the aircraft. So there's some different things that you have to take into account with the fuel injected 172 as well. So she definitely climbs faster, definitely a lot more fuel efficient. It was just a blast to fly. It was almost night and day. But yeah, to answer your question, definitely a lot more situationally aware. Mike Sam's work life is.
Oh,
Jack, you have no idea, bro. It's insane. You would think I work for the freaking government.
If you find the right guys that are teaching VFR and IFR, these guys, you fly with multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I totally agree with you on that. Yeah, man. I forget about that, man, because I remember we started the school I went to. That was even before ForeFlight was a thing. So it was just like boom, G1000.
Johnny Old.
Man, hey. I mean,
when I technically started, it wasn't ForeFlight either.
Yeah, so. It was. I mean, we were still in the paper charts, man. Now, I say that, but we still had like the 430s and the 530s. So,
okay.
I mean, it wasn't, man. It wasn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like it was like, we're using sextants. No, it's not that old. But
I mean, it was plotting his course.
compass, man.
Where you at, Johnny? No. Due north.
Leaning out, man, following the roads to get where I need to be at, man. It was straight up VFR there, bro. But no, man, we had G1000. But I'm gonna tell you, like I said, to your point, that extra horsepower the SP gives you, man, changes. You can do things in the SP you can't do in other ones.
Your other models, yeah.
It's just not happening. But yeah, to your point, man, I've been hearing some stories, man. That Air Force Labs 172 is nothing to mess with, man.
Yeah, I bought it. I haven't had time to fly it. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a busy weekend for me. I gotta check out all of these aircrafts. I got them all on the docket, man.
So all on the docket, 20 north. Just like that, bro. Just like that, man. I'm telling you, cranking up the old steam, man. I'm telling you, man. I was flying 172s with Loran systems in them.
What is that?
Loran systems. Y'all get the opportunity. Look it up, man. It's it was supposed to. It was a competitor to GPS, man, but it wasn't the same, bro. It wasn't the same. Yeah, but yeah, sent it. Yeah, man. Hey, bro. We sent it, man. But we had most of the SPs we had. They had the nice little 6-pack that you normally have, a little 435. That's really odd. Then we had the KLN. It was the Bendix GP MFD that was in there, but yeah, the G1000, man, it's just.
I love it, and the XM music. Oh gosh, I was jamming up
there, couldn't tell you nothing.
Couldn't tell me nothing. I was jamming up there. It was nice, man. I'm looking forward to going back up in there.
You hit Oregon Trail now. You went too far. Man, I'm telling you, man. But yeah, we're definitely looking forward to getting some simming in, and hopefully it's in the 650. Knock on wood, Friday. So
it's gonna drop Friday. It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. We all may not like the price, but it's gonna drop.
We may not like it, but after we get past that, and then we're all flying it, But yeah, guys, definitely drop us your comments. If y'all do decide to get it, and let us know what y'all think. And I already know some of y'all gonna be streaming it, so we'll definitely die from dysentery. Oh man, straight up Oregon Trail, bro. For the low price of $99.95, man.
This can be yours, but wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more, man. I'm telling you, I'll be right there with him, bro. And then we're still gonna have to figure out how to get a hold of FCOM or something for that thing.
No, man. I'll find something.
Yeah,
we'll throw it out there in the Discord when we find something.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some in there, man. But man, I mean, other than that, that's as far as 2022. I was about to say 2021, man. Oh my gosh. Great Scott, man, about to get in DeLorean. But no, four can make 4 easy payments. Man, trying to pull a QVC over. Hey, yeah, y'all, we laugh, man, but these add-ons are getting to that point.
You had to stuff. Put them things on. What's that thing called? Pay later?
Man. It was like, man,
these add-ons are getting out of control, bro.
Make you have to pull out the Discover on that one, man.
There you go. Store PayPal paying for.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, the struggle is indeed real, my friends. It's indeed real. Man. But man, what else, Mike? Hey, the good news is, y'all. The good news is they are going to hit us on a Friday, so I'm sure.
Man, y'all are getting out of control, man.
Hey, we'll hit us on a Friday. Wait a minute, is that after the first of the month, so everybody's been paid their mortgage and their rent for the month? So yeah, we should.
Oh man.
Man, we gotta cut this thing off, man.
Turning into Def Jam comedy hour,
Man,
man. Let
what
these
else
people
we
go to
got?
bed,
What else
bro.
we got on the docket, man? I
I think that was it, man.
Yeah, guys. So again, great
Sweet.
time to start.
Oh, hold on, man. Blue's on to something.
Man,
Quick,
Blue,
write down.
y'all heard it? Flight Simply. Man, I'm telling you.
Seriously though, bro. Like,
man.
and not just for add-ons, hardware too.
Hardware
Could you imagine?
too, yes.
You'd make a killing.
Make a killing, man. Hey, y'all.
Man,
Hey,
dude's
it's
got a
Blue's
business
idea,
plan
man.
already,
Let's go ahead
man.
and
He's already 10 steps ahead, bro. I know he's got a business plan on there.
Already, man. Got some honeycombs over there for 4 easy payments, man. Come to find out, you're gonna pay like $700-800.
Oh man, y'all are cracking me up.
Man, the struggle, bro. Oh my gosh, man, we're going on 2 hours. I love it, guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. What a way to bring in the year, man. But yeah, we're again. We'll probably be chiming back in here not too long after release. Let's let you guys know what we think. You know, I know Mike has a fairly extensive list of aircraft to go through there. So
yes, sir.
After he streams 172, and we'll
man, I don't know why you keep telling people that.
Oh, it's good. You know, whenever he gets to the 1999 a month, you can wet lease the key for
the key for
oh my, I can't. Oh my goodness, but yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it, man. You know, I'm pretty sure. So you guys know, man. If y'all go to, it's probably gonna be released on X Aviation first. So it's x-aviation.com.
Yeah.
So just know if y'all see the little 4 easy payments button on there, just go ahead and be ready. Just go ahead and be ready, guys. It's just going to be something serious.
You already know it's $100.
You already know, man. It's going to be oh, man. But, guys, man.
This was a blast.
Yeah,
appreciate you all for
sure
stopping by.
For sure, man. Got anything else for us, Mike? Anything else?
No, man. Just, happy 2022 New Year. It's our first show of the year for those just tuning in. For those on the podcast outlets as well. Everything we talked about will link in the description as well as our website.
Yeah.
So appreciate it. Folks in the chat, man, appreciate all you guys, all you content creators, those stopping by, man.
For sure.
You guys know who you are. Appreciate the support.
Sure.
Great stream. Thank you, Fly with Rookie.
Definitely absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back on here. We are working on a surprise guest, so
we're working on
that to come here in the next week or so.
Calling in some favors from people who we don't know, try to make this happen, guys. So
right.
We're working on them.
But yeah, I definitely, all jokes aside, I definitely want to take that 172 up. We'll definitely do a stream with that, and then we'll learn the 650 and see what that looks like. So.
Yeah, definitely going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun. So, guys, again, as far as for me, again, happy holidays. Hope everyone had an awesome Christmas. Shout out to all my content creators out there, keeping me sane throughout the holidays while it was 89 degrees in Texas. Y'all know who you are, right? And definitely looking forward to awesome and safe 2020 for sure. Absolutely. Thank you, XP. Thank you for coming, my friend, Rookie, Charlie, Mr. Robert, Mr. Dave. You guys know who you are. Blue, definitely appreciate y'all for stopping by. And yeah, as far as me streaming, because I'm since I put Mike out there, put myself out there as well.
We need to see that 650 from you, bro.
Man, yeah, I gotta learn it, bro. I gotta get my hands. I'm gonna have to call up hold on, Bombardier. Is that right? Make some calls, man. Get a hold of a manual or something, man. We can start kind of going through it. Just got Chief, what's going on, brother? But call the background. Chief, man. Awesome. Mr. Woods, good night. You have a good night yourself, my friend. And but yeah, so probably look for me probably sometime next week. You know, we'll try to get something, throw it up there for you guys. We'll have some laughs and enjoy this old 650. But other than that, my friend, that's all I got, brother.
Cool, man. Have a good night, guys. Kind of out, brother.
Guys out, man. Other than that, guys, again, please stay safe out there. You know, take care of yourselves and each other. Till next time, we'll see you.